What's up, guys? Sorry for the overcast, blondness behind me. It's a very cloudy day here in the state of Michigan. We're supposed to be getting storms later on, but nothing storm-wise has been happening. They keep saying that we're supposed to be getting storms almost every day, and then it just doesn't happen. And it's been one thing that my weatherman said this morning that was kind of scary. He said that in Paris right now, Paris and the state of Michigan are having the same identical weather. And they said it's a little strange. And that freaked me out. I was like, Jesus is coming back. So, yeah, needless to say, it's been really bad in the state of Michigan this month. And they said it's not getting any better. They said it probably won't even, they said that their forecast predictor or whatever going all the way out till September. They said it's going to be hot and humid. Which isn't completely abnormal because I got married in October and September. And the first marriage, I got married on October 8th. And it was 90 something degrees outside. It was hot. We had pumpkins and stuff on the porch and it was like 90 degrees. And my ex-husband was dressed in black. And then my second marriage, I got married September 6th and it was 90 degrees and it was super hot and we were dressed to the gills. And it was like really bad. So it's not completely abnormal, but whatever. Anyways, wanted to answer some questions that people were commenting on my video. I unfortunately had to block and delete one of my subscribers, or block and report this. I don't appreciate putting nasty, dirty comments on my videos. I don't really know what he was trying to get across. I don't really know what he was trying to say, but from my take of it, he was talking about sexual things. I am a married woman. I have been married for 10 years or 9 years. This coming September, almost going on 10 years. But I've been with my husband now for 10 years. I don't know. Anyways, long time. I'm married and I don't appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure that if he was to read these comments and he saw that, he would be very upset. And he likes to he's starting to kind of like get in the mix of when I make my YouTube videos and stuff. And he's been kind of like slowly starting to kind of get involved. But if he sees those kind of comments, he's going to probably ask me to delete my channel and he's probably going to get upset. I don't like it either. It makes me uncomfortable. It was actually kind of disappointing because I have had this subscriber for a very long time since I started my channel. And he was a very cool guy. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he just kind of went off the wire, but he just all of a sudden out of nowhere just said something really disgusting. But I'm going to answer some questions. So I made that video the other day talking about, am I pregnant? Now, a lot of people would think in their head that's clickbait because they would say it's clickbait. But the thing is, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it to be clickbait. I was genuinely wondering, am I pregnant? Because I've been eating last week and the week before that, I was eating a lot of strange stuff. Like I was eating like a lot of combinations that didn't like make any sense and just a lot of fatigue, out of breath, just a lot of odd symptoms that I was having. But unfortunately, Aunt Flo showed up and I have been, I'm in the beginning process of my menstrual starting, so she's on her way. So unfortunately, I did take 2 pregnancy tests after I made that video, and they both came up negative. And then about a day after that, Aunt Flo started slowly unpacking her suitcases, and she's not completely settled in. She's starting to kind of like slowly settle in, if you know what I'm saying. But I know. So no pregnancy this month, no baby. And I think I'm done. You guys. I don't think I'm going to be trying for a baby anymore. Me and my husband trying for a baby since 2022. And we've had no success at all. We lost our last baby that we were pregnant with July of 2022. And after that, I was never able to get pregnant ever again. I don't know if, I have been checked multiple times by my gynecologist, and they don't see anything physically wrong with me. They don't see anything that would prevent me from getting pregnant. I did have a LEEP procedure in 2023 and very early of 2023. And I did talk to my doctor about it. And she said that it was such a very small procedure that she didn't see anything that would, that procedure would prevent me from getting pregnant. And the historical, documentation and study that they have on this procedure that I had done at that time does not show any proof of a woman not being able to get pregnant. There's been many women that have gotten pregnant after having that procedure and had perfect pregnancies. So I still was kind of questioning things. I really didn't, I didn't really believe everybody. So I ended up getting checked again by my gynecologist, and he said that he didn't see anything. He said that he saw nothing. The only thing that I have is just your typical cysts. And he said a lot of women have those. He goes, it's very, 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 very common. He's like, a lot of women have cysts. They just develop due to hormones. And he said that he didn't see nothing. So he said that he didn't see a reason physically why I couldn't get pregnant. They did want my husband to get checked, and they wanted him to get a sperm count. And basically what happened is, because of the state that we live in, due to our insurance, we're not able to find a doctor here in the city that we live in that will do that. We did find one that the gynecologist has referred us to, but apparently they're claiming that they don't do that. The gynecologist my gynecologist, when I went back to tell him this, he said that basically they're lying. He said that's not true. He has sent many patients to this doctor, and the only conclusion that me and my doctor could come to was it was because of our insurance. They just didn't want to take us, and they didn't want to help him because money. So my gynecologist basically said that probably what's going to happen is I'm going to have to look out of town. And 2024 hit, and we ended up losing our transportation. So we were not able to pursue that, and we were not able to look. So he never got the chance to ever got to get that done. My doctor does suspect, and he does highly suspect, that it is my husband because of just medications and lifestyle. He thinks that maybe damage was done in the past and things like that. And he thinks that it's got to be my husband, he said, because he doesn't see anything physically reproductively wrong with me. So he doesn't know. But like I said, it's been almost 2 years. Well, yeah, now it's been officially 2 years, last month in July. And I'm pretty much at the end of my rope with it. And it's not going to happen. It's not for me right now, or not for me anymore. I guess my baby days are over. And it's a really, really hard thing for me to come to. It's a very hard conclusion to come to because I always wanted to have another little girl. I always wanted to have a sister for my daughter, and she wanted a little sister, and my sons wanted a little sister, but if anything, we all just wanted to have, another sibling, and just to have one more, little face in the family. And God is saying no. So it's just not in my life anymore. So I'm not gonna lie, I really do struggle with it. I have a really, really hard time with it. Every time I walk down the baby aisle at the stores and I see the diapers and I see the little formula cans and I see all the little toys and stuff like that, I just instantly get in baby mode again. And I always tell myself, this is a second chance and blah, 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 the rhetoric that I tell myself in my mind. But my body's making it very clear to me that it's not going to happen, sis. So it's just something that I have to accept, and it's something that I have to move on from. I even tell myself that, people say, well, once you stop trying, it happens. And then that'll start playing in my head. But at the same time, I'm like, you're still doing it again. Like, you're still setting yourself up for failure. It's been 2 years, sis, you know, and your body is not accepting it. So, that last miscarriage was extremely hard for me in 2022. It basically affected our whole family. My oldest son's mental health took a dive. He didn't really recover from that. He just talked about it the other day, ironically. He was talking about how he remembers being excited, and sometimes we have things happen in our lives that we can't explain, and we always, you know, take a step back and we wonder like why it happened, and you start to get angry. I was angry for a very long time. I was very upset, and I wasn't talking to God for a really long time. I remember the day that it happened. I flipped out and I just started chucking things across the house. I threw my Bible. I just kind of lost it, and this went on for a very, very long time. And then I remember one day I was in my room. I think I was folding laundry, and I was alone, and I was listening to a song by the band For King and Country. It's a Christian band, and I can't remember what the song was called, which is really weird. But I love that band, but like they have so many songs I like, but I can't remember this specific song that I was listening to in that moment. But I just do remember that it spoke very, very clearly to me, and it brought me to my knees in my relationship with the Lord. I'm not gonna lie, it took a really long time for me to build that relationship back up. And he's God, so he was very merciful with me. And, you know, it's something that it was a heartbreak that, you know, God, he still knows. I mean, I still talk about it. He knows my heart. He knows the desires of our heart. He knows the heartbreak that I have. And he knows that it hurt. Yeah. And he's not aware of that. But a couple months after that had happened, that's when I found out that I had a health problem, a reproductive health problem, and I had to get surgery. So that was one of the reasons why that baby didn't happen, because God knew that there was something wrong with me, and he knew that I needed to get worked on. So after all that was said and done, and it had all, you know, cleared, we started trying to have a baby again. Nope. So I'm pretty much done. I don't want to put myself through it anymore. I really don't. I want to focus on other things in my life. I don't want to continue to keep walking around in the circle. And the thing is that it's hard when the Lord wants you to level up, when he wants you to go to a different level of your life. It's extremely hard sometimes because we get stuck in these ruts. We get stuck in this, we're going to be the same for the rest of our lives kind of thing that we tell ourselves in our mind. And the thing is with life is we all change. Things change, life change, we change. That's not how life works. I know that physically I have changed. I know my face is changing the older I'm getting. I used to be like more like plump and cute, you know, and I used to have like less lines in my face. My neck wasn't so saggy, and I didn't have like a ding 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 right here. But, you know, that's normal. Like, that's what's supposed to happen to us. There was a quote that I heard the other day from Cameron Diaz, and she actually said that if you're not changing when you're not growing older and growing, then your other option is you're dead. There is no other option. That's life. Like, you're supposed to grow and change like trees. When trees start out small, they get bigger and they change. They grow and they get bigger, and they change. And trees don't stay the same. If trees stayed the same, they'd be this big forever. We'd have no oxygen. So Is it hard? Mm-hmm. Very much so. Very hard to change. It's very hard to, when God wants you to level up in life and he wants you to move on to something else and you're stuck, it's hard. And he really has been grabbing me by the wrist and pulling me. And just this past year, that there's other places in my life that he wants me to go, and I'm no longer in those places. And it's time to move on. It's time to let go. And you either accept it and move, or you don't. Like she said, it's death. You just stagnant. There's a lot of things in my life that I've been struggling with when it comes to change. I'm not the type of person that likes change. Not the one. Hate it. Can't stand it. And when we moved here, I tried really hard to make this apartment like my old place. I know, doesn't make any sense, but I did. And I remember looking for things and putting things in certain spots and just doing things to make this place like that other place. And that doesn't make any sense, you know? And I was basically fighting an uphill battle that you can't, because you're supposed to be changing. You're supposed to go to this next level of life. And this next level of life you're not bringing with it all that. This is a new area. It's new. And have been struggling with that for the past 2 years, I'm not gonna lie. So like I said, I'm not a very favorable person to look to for change when it comes to talking about change or anything like that. I've been struggling with it. But this is one thing with pregnancy that I've really had to accept, that we're not in that sector of life anymore. And it's time to move on. So there's your answer for that. No, I'm not pregnant again. And I'm not going to be trying anymore. Had some questions regarding the shampoo line that I've been using, and I kind of already answered this, but I'm going to say it again. I use Carol's Daughter. Now, I want to make this clear. This has nothing to do with Carol's Daughter. Trust me. This has nothing to do with Carol's Daughter. This was a hair mistake. I destroyed my hair this year. I used to have platinum blonde hair. It was down to my collarbone at the beginning of this year. There was nothing wrong with it. And I ended up getting PMDD 1 month. It was in April. It was like towards the end of April. I will say this, I'm gonna give myself grace, because that month I lost everything. I lost my truck. I lost financial stability. Everything went down the drain. So I pretty much checked out in the month of April when PMDD came around, and I chopped all my hair off. I didn't do it. I had the salon do it. My hair now is a little bit past my chin on that side, and then on this side is actually the true length that it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like right there. It's barely grown. It's very much struggling. And then in late June, early July, I, again, PMDD, I ended up trying to dye my hair red. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. The color was off. It didn't suit me at all. It didn't actually look like this. It wasn't this light. It was actually like a strawberry red, and it was just, it sucked. So I ended up using, well, because of that, it had a lightener effect to it. I put that on top of my Platinum Blonde, and I didn't know that my hair was damaged. I had no idea because my hair looked good. It looked healthy, and I hadn't put any bleach on it in like 6 months, so I didn't feel that it was damaged. When I got done with this on all my hair, when I rinsed it out, it burnt off about 85% of my hair. From here, that's it. Whatever's left on this side is very thin on the bottoms, but as you can see the layers throughout the top of my head. It's because it all burnt off on this side. On this side, not so much. Don't know why, but it didn't really do anything on this side. It didn't really burn off. So I ended up taking Color Oops, and I removed all the red out of my hair. Color Oops does not have a damaging effect to it. It don't have bleach in it. It doesn't do that. It just removed hair color, fake hair color. And what happened is it removed all of it, as you can tell from the bottom. I'm back to blonde. But from my roots, my natural color, it didn't come out. It just stayed. So this is not from Carol's Daughter. I bought the Carol's Daughter after this had happened, and my hair went from 0 to like 9 within one night. It literally was so much better. It was smooth, soft, shiny, and it was more durable. But that's when I found out about the damage, because I could see better, and it was freaking gone. All my hair was just like, the Carol's Daughter basically revealed to me how much damage had been done to my hair. And I was like, oh my God. So 2024 has not been kind to me at all. And my mother actually said the same thing. She said that she cannot wait for 2024 to be done. She said she's over it. It's just been crap. Trying to think if there's anything else that you guys asked. I did put a link in my last video. I put in what's in my purse video. I did put a link of the purse that I use. I thought I just heard my son coming upstairs. He's with his dad right now. So there's that. If you have questions about that, I put that in there. But yeah, it was a really hard question to answer about the pregnancy. It's hard too, because I know a lot of women right now that are pregnant. And it's hard when you're the same age as them. And you're watching them and they have these bellies and you're all excited and you know they're getting ready. And you're just getting negatives. And it's hard. But that's why we have the Lord, and that's why we have Jesus, and we bring all of those sorrows to him, and he helps us sift through it, and he helps us sort through it. Kind of lays it all on the kitchen table, and he, you know, kind of helps us through it, and tries to help us figure it out. Not tries, does. And without him, I know that I wouldn't be sane. I know that I know for a fact that I would not be as good as I am right now if it wasn't without God. I know all the hurt and the pain that I've gone through in the past couple of years would not be I would be way worse off than I am right now. And so, but no, I'm not pregnant. So here's your answer. And like I said, I will be blocking, deleting people off this channel that you're just going to be weird. If you're going to say really, I don't care about all the other stuff. You can call me ugly. You can say that my house is stupid. You can say that I'm a bad mother. I don't care. All these sexual things that are being said and things like that, you're gone, because I'm married. I'm a married woman, and that's disgusting. Even if I wasn't married, that's just disgusting. Like, disrespectful towards women. And come on, that's not classy. So, all right. Peace. Talk to you guys soon.